Good morning, everybody, and it's Elizabeth Smith here from the Guru Co with another Cameo coaching set. And today has come as feedback from an awful lot of people that I've spoken to who have difficulty, trouble, doesn't matter what you call it, using visualization techniques or being able to visualize their future, their goals, or whatever it is that they're wanting to visualize. And it's terribly sad because they are missing out, in my view, on some fabulous creative skills, which could boost them and could boost them in their daily life, in their family life, or in their businesses. So I thought, actually, do you know what? Can I get it in? I'm not sure I can get it all in, but I will do my damnedest to help here and start the process. Probably put it into a bigger coaching set at some stage because it's worth having. But let's just see if we can do something so you can self-coach yourselves between now and then and get you out of the black and white era and into full colour. And we'll go with that. I have got notes, and the reason I've got notes, I want to try and get in as much as I can. So, yeah. So anyway, so this has come from people telling me how difficult they find it to visualize, and yet it's like anything else in our bodies. It takes practice, it takes repetition, and it takes some commitment. But it's well worth it. And we all know that when we have gone into our diets and our exercise programs, actually, we're really thrilled. We very rarely regret doing it. Unless, of course, we hurt ourselves. You can't hurt yourself with this. So the truth is, hello, Laura. Hi, good morning. So the truth is, yes, you go through life and basically you're using a fraction of your brain power, an absolute fraction, minuscule amount. And again, it's the most amazing machine. It will do anything you ask it to do. You need to put in the information first. So what I've done is I've thought about this and I thought, well, actually, to describe the brain properly for you would be like thinking about how you file information, how you file your emails, how you file your photographs, your family photographs. Maybe you're at work and you have multiple pieces of paper, all with something completely different on it, and you need to file it. Well, inside that brain of ours, we've got the most amazing storage system, and we can recollect things from our childhood right the way back. We can recall what someone said to us a month ago, a year ago. It's in there. And this is what I'm trying to say, is that this is not teaching you something that you won't have the ability to do, because it's in there already. We just need to exercise it and bring it out. So, for instance, if I asked you now and suggested that we went on a journey somewhere that you've been several times, and I said to you, well, which way will we go? How long will it take me? How long, where would we stop? Is there anywhere we could stop for breakfast on the way? You can tell I'm hungry, can't you? Is there anywhere we can stop for breakfast on the way? Is there anywhere we can stop for a wee break? You know, where do I let the dog out halfway? That sort of thing. And people will be able to, if it's familiar to them, will be able to recall a journey for you. Now, they're not just recalling a journey and speaking it. They've had to go and find their memory source and put the plan together for you. Now, just because we're unconscious of the fact that we're visualizing it doesn't mean we're not visualizing it. So if that makes sense to you, we'll continue. So when you scare yourself, for instance, when you read, oh, I'm going to go for it now. Okay, I've not read it, but if you're reading something like 50 Shades of Grey, and people are obsessed with this book and with this film, you absorb into it. You imagine yourself there. You can only do that if you are loving the book. You have got to attach the emotions in there. You describe, for instance, people describe to you somebody, and automatically you're putting them together in some form of a picture. And again, it doesn't have to be, it probably won't be that clear, but your brain will grasp it, and for some reason you'll understand it. So if I'm describing to you something that you need to look for me when you're going shopping, so actually it's probably about 3 or 4 aisles down. You know where the vegetables are. If you just go beyond that and you are putting things together, you are making a mental image in order for when you get there, you'll understand where we're going. And it's very evident if you're lost in a new place and you are trying very hard to find somewhere and someone gives you instructions, and to try and keep all of that when you have no mental image of a landmark, the amount of information they're giving you is almost impossible to recall and to remember. You might get to the first left and the third right and round the roundabout and take the third exit, but after that it's like, we're going to have to stop again and ask for direction. Unless, of course, you're with my husband. He doesn't ask questions. He doesn't ask for direction. But do you see where I'm coming from? It's just because we don't recognize what our brain's doing unconsciously, subconsciously, doesn't mean it hasn't got the power to do it. Now, as I said, with practice, we can strengthen all of this. And as soon as it becomes more and more familiar, we are getting better and better at it, and we can turn it on and turn it off. Think of a purple tree, or don't think of a purple tree. The second you say something to somebody, everyone knows what purple is. It might not be my purple, it might not be your purple, but they will have a purple that they would call purple, and they'll put it to what they think is a tree. We might all have different shapes of trees, but they will pin it to the tree that they think is a tree. And that's where we're going from with this. So picture yourself in a favorite spot where you would relax. And it takes a millisecond, and you don't even have to have what chair you were on, what grassy bank you were on, what deck chair you were on. You just pictured yourself, or what bed you were on. It is just a minuscule of a second, but you will already know that you were in that right place. Now the trick comes when you actually start colouring it in and you start putting patterns on things. I'm sorry, I've just realised my camera's just gone straight out of focus. Apologies, everybody. So where I'm coming from with this is if it's familiar, it's much easier. It's when it's unfamiliar. So when someone starts taking you down a visualization technique, you need to try and trust your mind to go and find what it interprets as whatever you are being asked to do. So some people, I can't see that most people wouldn't have been in some woody glade somewhere, but the glade bit might throw you off. So have you been for a walk in the park? So you start building those pictures. Now, in order to do this, I thought I'd come up with a simple and relaxing and probably rather a nice way to spend some of your Saturday or Sunday to practice this. And it is practice. It is daily practice. The more you practice, the clearer things will become. All right. So don't give up. So the exercise is to find yourself somewhere. Mums, brace yourself. Laura, brace yourself. But if you do get a weekend free, just think about this. Light a candle. The scented candle would be amazing. Light a candle and sit, well, about 3 meters away from it, something like that. 3 foot's a meter, but anyway, so sit just away from it and just gaze into the candle. Don't ask yourself any questions yet. Just gaze into the candle and absorb what you're seeing. Then you start making some pictures and you start bringing that to reality for you. So how many colours can you see flickering away? Then shapes. Maybe it's got a little plume of smoke and I'm looking at my candles in the background. Are they dancing? Is the flame dancing? You know, start really sort of building a story around this flame and the candle and how it's sitting and what the background is. And then after about 10, 15 minutes, just close your eyes and sit back and bring that back as if you're still seeing it, and sit with it and practice bringing back the colours, the shapes, the shape of the candle, the way it moves, you know, the breeze that's in the room. Although we're not ever aware of what's in the room, the candle will tell you there's a slight breeze in the room. So for me, I think that being practiced, it's almost meditation on a daily basis, would be really good practice for visualizations in the future. So I wish you luck with it. I hope you have a wonderful 15, 20 minutes with this. Try not to go to sleep, but just have some confidence in yourself. Your brain is amazing and it'll do it for you, but you need to allow it to do it. And you need to allow yourself to be conscious of it and make it more conscious. And I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.